Hello, hello. A very warm and cheerful good morning to one and all present here. I, Zara Khan, feel truly honored and delighted to welcome you all to the 8th session of our DilSe Alumni Talk Series, an initiative by the Maharashtra Institute of Technology to celebrate our alumni, their journeys, and the strong bond they share with their alma mater. Now, with great pride, I extend a heartfelt welcome to our esteemed dignitaries, Dr. Kaude Sir, President GS Mandal, Professor Munish Sharma Sir, Director General GS Mandal, Dr. Nilesh Patil Sir, Director Maharashtra Institute of Technology, Dr. Amit Raute Sir, Dean Students Development and Alumni Affairs, along with all respected deans, associate deans, head of departments, faculty members, and my dear friends. And most importantly, I take immense pride in welcoming our distinguished alumnus for today's talk, Mr. Rajiv Sharma Sir, founder and CEO of Radma Research and Consulting. The DilSe Alumni Talk series is a bridge between the past and the present, where our students get to learn from the lived experiences of those who once sat in these very classrooms. It is about listening to journeys that are filled with dreams, challenges, resilience, and triumphs. To begin this special occasion, I would now like to invite Dr. Amit Raute Sir, Dean Students Development and Alumni Affairs, to kindly give the preamble and enlighten us by putting a spotlight on today's event.
Thank you. Good morning. Respected President of GS Mandal, Dr. Kaude Sir, Director General of MIT Group of Institutions, Professor Munish Sharma Sir, Director NG Patil Sir, Associate Dean, Dr. Supriya Kinariwala, Sandeep Pankade Sir, Zine Sir, all dear friends and dear students. I'll not take much of your time because this is the day, the DilSe Talk series. This we celebrate to listen to the journey of our alumni. Your own people who were on that side few years ago now are sitting in front of you. And I was sharing the same with Rajiv ji this time. These days we get to hear motivational talks from lot many people on YouTube, Instagram, and all your online platforms. But this DilSe Talk series is the opportunity to listen to your own people, the people who are part of MIT, who were student of MIT. You get to hear about all the struggle they have gone through and all the efforts they have taken in their life. Because listening to any motivational speaker who's external to our MIT is different thing. But listening to a person who's your own is definitely motivating. Rajiv Sharma ji is a wonderful personality. I have been talking with him since last half an hour. He did his BE production from MIT in 1999, and then he went on to become an entrepreneur. He is founder and CEO of Radma Research and Consulting. Also is director of Radma Insights, consulting partner at Freedom Dynamics, and MD at Radma Retreat. In last 26 years, he has worked in various sectors like industrial products, automotive sector, research and analytics, learning and development, e-commerce, travel and hospitality, and whatnot. So it's definitely a pleasure, friends, to listen to such a personality. So I'll not take much of your time. And I wish that you must listen to Rajiv ji and also ask your questions. You can take guidance from him. So that interactive session is very much expected today. So I'll stop here and thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Can't hear you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Can you be louder a bit? Good morning.
Good morning.
That's better. It took me 26 years to come from that side to this. And these 26 years have been phenomenal. So firstly, I would like to thank Dr. Kare, the faculty, the professors, everyone here for giving me this honor and this opportunity to stand on this podium and address you all. And thank you to your all students for being here and now being with me for next 1 hour patiently. Okay? I'm not here to change your lives. All I'm here to share some of my experiences, what I've gone through in this entire journey. And even if that could inspire 10% of you, my job is done. So let me start with this. I'm going to say some of the attributes and characteristics, and I want those raise of hands if you believe that attribute or characteristic is in the top 3 priorities of yours. Is that clear? Clear? तो हाथ उठाना है अगर you feel that this important attribute is one of your top 3 priorities. तो कोई भी 3 बार से ऊपर हाथ नहीं उठाएगा और हर कोई 1 बार तो उठाएगा ही. Clear? Yes, no, maybe. Aspiration, dreaming. How many think that it is amongst the top 3 priorities of you? कुछ बड़ा करना है, कुछ बड़ा बनना है. Okay, thank you. Oh, काफी हो रहे अब. Don't look at each other. You have to answer from your inner voice. Clear? Education. ये तो उठाना पड़ रहा है. Career. कितनी बार उठाया? हो गया अभी. Entrepreneurship. Never give up attitude. Passion. Harmony and compassion. Harmony and compassion. Self-love. And last but not the least, happiness. Being happy. Okay. So can you all stand up who said being happy is one of their priorities? Just for a second or two, if you can stand up, please. Yeah? Stand up, please. You raise your hands. Who all believe happiness is, being happy is one of their priorities, top 3 priorities? हाथ तो काफी उठे थे. See, this is the thing. You can raise your hands, but when it comes to standing up, there is this shyness. Guys, just overcome that. Thank you. Okay. Now, during the narrative of my life journey, and I'll start from even before coming to this college, I'll touch upon each and every aspect and attribute which I just mentioned. And you become the best judge to see how well relatable is it. Clear? Clear? So, let me just give you a quick brief about myself. My background, I'm originally from Jammu, born and brought up in Delhi, and now settled in Pune. Come from a very humble family. My father was a serviceman, a private job. My mother's been a homemaker. We had very limited resources and avenues. Clear? I got a younger brother, and the age difference is just 1 year. When I was in 5th or 6th, I remember I had this urge to be big. Not by size, but name, fame, money. I don't know where it came from, but that's when I started aspiring about it. Though coming from the humble family, I was not rebellious, but I wanted to make it big. And then one thing happened, a turning point. my school shoes were torn. Do I have everyone's attention here? My school shoes were torn, and my father had lost his job, so he was looking for a new one. The company got bankrupt actually, and we didn't have money to buy new shoes. And my mother, she spoke to one of her neighbors, apparently whose son was a couple of years elder to me, that we don't have money currently, and I got to buy shoes. So she very generously, that lady extended her help, said, मेरे बेटे के shoes है, तो वो पहन लेगा. That's fine, okay. We had good family relationship. And then what happened, one fine day, I think the next day I was playing, so we stayed in an apartment, and she stayed on the second floor. And she called my name, Rajiv, and I looked at her, and I was with my friends. She threw those shoes from the second floor, and I could see them coming down, and I was in tears. Not because of the embarrassment that my friends were there, but because of the fact that this is what I'm seeing right now. And I made it a point that I'm never going to see this day again. I went back to my mom. I said, was there a need to do this to her? No answers, but I took that very positively. I wasn't depressed. I was motivated. So that was the turning point. My aspirations grew multifold since then. Taking engineering as after my 10th, I wanted to take science because all the good girls were in, they liked science boys, right? So it was more of a prestige thing that I don't want to get into arts or commerce. Science is what I want. And I was somewhere good in drawing and engineering, drawing kind of stuff. 11, 12 happened, and I joined college, MIT, in 1995. No idea, nothing. Coming from Delhi, a complete cultural change. Everything was new. Never stayed away from family. But I loved it here. And there were multiple reasons. So for me, studies were important, extremely important, that I study here. My parents are spending good money, and I should, make them feel proud. But at the same time, I was into extracurricular, co-curricular activities also. I was a college cricket team captain in the third year, and very much into cricket and other cultural events and activities to what capacity I could. But the goal was that as soon as I'm done with my engineering, I will get into the market and make money. I wanted to take a job, have those credit cards, those cards in my wallet, because for me, this is the time I have to start earning. So there are some great memories out here in MIT, which I'll share later, but that's how I started. My first job, for zero, for zilch, none, nothing. 3 months there, no salary, just the experience. Second, in the industrial sector itself, I think 2,000 rupees was the salary. And then my third job got me into Chennai as a site engineer. Worked there for a year for a company called Lloyd's Insulation, and they had this project of setting up pipeline. Then I changed my job because I had some health issues in Chennai. I came back to Delhi, and then I joined a company called Super Seal. How many of you know about the gas pipe that you've been using at home? Thank you. The orange color gas pipe? You've seen, right? इससे पहले green color की आती थी, पता? So Super Seal was the first company which launched that orange color hose. And I was made the marketing manager for that. कहा 30 rupees की एक green color की pipe and कहा 250 का. And I was asked to set up a dealer distributor network out there. The company was into engineering products, but this was something which was very close to them. And they wanted somebody who is energetic and, full of zeal and could do that. As part of the marketing scheme, we had put stalls in Diwali melas. I don't know if you know about the Delhi culture. You have those big Diwali melas in the posh areas where you expect a lot of high-profile people coming there. We had kept the pipes there. People bought those pipes. Obviously, 250 didn't matter to them. But वो इतना tight था that I started getting calls after 2-3 days कि इसको घर में आके fit करो. And we had a huge team of one person, just me. तो मैं लोगों के घर जाता था वो fit करने के लिए. And those big houses, and I'm like, wow, यार क्या life है. So the point here I'm trying to say is, don't give up on any situation because you're learning something. Always be ready, always be passionate about whatever you've been doing. Then, perhaps I was done with that sector and I said, now I want to switch. I got married also by that time. And money was always important for me, as you could figure out. KPO, you've heard about KPO term, knowledge process outsourcing, that came after BPO, business process outsourcing. So KPO was the buzz thing then, research and all that, and that was something very exciting to me. How I got inclined towards research, I think that was because of the engineering I did, which helps you develop your logics. And that was very, very inquisitive for me to get into research. I joined that company called eValueServe, and they made me put on those headsets and conduct those market research surveys on the phone. You get those surveys online, yes, no, feedbacks, right? There are multiple methodologies. So one of the methodologies, somebody will call you over the phone and take you through that questionnaire. So this is what I started doing in 2003. Night shifts, early morning shifts. You are amongst those 200 people who are doing calling. What different you can do? And I always feel that's where the opportunity is. Bigger your competition, more innovative you got to be. So we were calling in one of the markets, one of the countries, Japan. And Japan has huge language barrier. The project that we were working on, it had a questionnaire of 35 pages. And we were talking about a particular product, their market in that country. Of course, there were multiple other countries involved, but Japan was something which was very tough. We had got interns from Japan, but they couldn't do that. So one fine day, I just stood up. I went to my manager. I said, would you mind if I take a shot at Japan if I try my luck there? He said, not possible because these people don't understand English. How would you do that? I said, let me give it a try. My first call in Japan was, hello, can I speak with Mr. Shikami? That's it, because the front desk has picked up the phone. Now she doesn't understand English. She could only understand the word Mr. Shikami, and she immediately forwarded that call. And here comes Mr. Shikami and says, sir, I am calling from India. This is not our rate of speech. Our rate of speech was according to US and the UK markets, which is, pretty high. But you had to tone down, you had to slow down to make them understand and be in their shoes. Also, not making them feel inferior that they don't know English. So I am calling from India, and they love India, by the way. Oh, India, tell me. Sir, survey. Email, I send you question, you reply, yes, this was the answer. And that's how it started. We closed Japan market in 10 days from there. I used to get responses in emails, faxes. So the point I'm trying to make here is, if you want to do something, you better do it. You better give it a try. Don't just assume that, oh, this is difficult, it can't be done. If you want, it can be done. Okay? Good stint there, worked there for 7 years, then moved to another organization as the head of market research. And that's when I moved to Pune from Delhi, because there was this new company setting up market research. All this while, one thing I really did well was finding a mentor. I always had a mentor in any organization I worked. I used to run post to pillars to get that knowledge, information, and चिपक जाता था किसी mentor से कि मुझे सिखाओ. In a way, I'm helping them because they're going to reduce their burden, right? So finding a mentor is extremely important in your career. Because listening to parents and teachers never always work. Trust me, I know this is a very bold statement, but there are a lot of things which you can't discuss with your parents or with your teachers also. You have to have a mentor. So those who haven't got one, find one. It could be anywhere. It could be around you. It could be on social media. I could be one. The other alumnus who've been here, they could be one. But find one, because they're going to help you tremendously. Okay, how much is setting up goals important for you guys? That I got to set up goals. Goal set karna, mujhe ye achieve karna hai. Come on, you guys, this has to be important, no? You raise your hands. Now, if you think setting up goals is good, you're wrong. As long as that goal is not time-bound, there is no meaning to it. So if you want to achieve something, you got to set a target. You got to set a deadline for that. So while working in one of the engineering companies, I used to travel by bike, 35 kilometers one way. So subah jata tha and I used to return in the evening, and that was pretty exhausting. On the bike, when I used to ride the bike, I loved BMW. मैं BMW को देखता था, मुझे लगता था यार, this is what I want. But मुझे पता था मैं नहीं ले सकता हूँ अभी. So I said, when I'll be 40, no, I'll get this one. I was 22 then, 21, 22. 18 साल में दूंगा अपने आप को. I got to be realistic, but I'll buy one. So, at the age of 40, I had kept this target that I will have a BM. And I divided my career into phases of 3 years always. Next 3 years, where I want to be. After next 3 years, where do I see myself? So that was very important. If I had achieved that goal before 3 years, great. If I haven't, I would not extend it beyond 6 months. I have to get that. So setting up goals and time-bound goals is important, right? दूसरा entrepreneurship का तो कीड़ा था कि I've got to do something. If you want to make money, you can make that in business. Job can help you with meeting your needs and to some extent wants. But when it comes to desires, business. At the age of 23, I started my first company. Right? You know about this Urban Clap? You heard Urban Clap? Urban Company now? Yes? Right? Exactly similar company. You know? 25 years ago, or 24, 25 years ago. No idea, just a concept from my own problems, from our own household problems. We don't get electricians on time, we don't get plumber on time. So that company was set up, and with very good intentions. And I had a partner who was my childhood friend. 6 months, we overachieved the targets, but then we had some partnership dispute. We had to close that company. You know, to cut a long story short, it was a failed startup, though a brilliant idea. We didn't have digital online or digital prints, nothing. We used to do those road events, you know, but we got a lot of customers. Anyways, I was not dejected, I was not depressed, I was not disappointed. I said I failed, but I've learned. And I think I'm not prepared for the business now. My next goal would be when I'll be 40. One second. For all those aspiring entrepreneurs here, there are 3 stages of entrepreneurship. Good? 3 stages. One is the early 20s, when you have loads of energy. There's nothing much to lose. You give it a try. हार गए तो हार गए, कोई बात नहीं. But use that energy. Second is 40s, early 40s. When you still have those energy levels left, your kids are still small, you are pretty much done with your loans and EMIs, or you sorted, at least you got your first house. Give it a try. And then you got experience also. So early 20s mein, any great idea that you think of, jump into it. 40s, use your experience. So whatever you have learned in the last 15, 18 years, try and start a business in that industry. Because your chances of failure would be less as compared to an IT guy getting into restaurant business just because he loves eating or cooking. No. Preferably do business in that last 15, 18 years of experience that you've gained. And the third stage is after retirement, 60s. In India, we have the maximum first generation entrepreneurs right now. The maximum startups are happening in 40s, right? And 60, why is another very good age is because you've done it. You've done it, now you want to be busy. You just want to be occupied somewhere, do something which helps the community. Money becomes a byproduct, right? So that I was very clear that the second stage is going to be long after, and I waited. Then came a time, 2016. Being into research and analytics, obviously I had experience in working in India, UK, US. I said, now I'm almost 40, either I buy a BMW or I start my business. So I said, okay, let me start my business. BM can wait for another 1 year. I left my company. 2017, my monthly salary was 5 lakhs. That was from a UK company, and they were paying me. I called them up. I said, I think the time has come for me to start my own venture. So wish me good luck. And I just need 1 month's notice. That's it. And that's where the journey started. My first venture, Radma Research and Consulting, we started from my own home, a small room, right? One workstation. And I started that. Second stage was after 2 months when I hired interns from Symbiosis. Some 3-4 interns came and it went to the next level, and we took few workstations in a co-working space. Clear? Now the work had started coming in, not the money, the work, because there is this payment cycle which is like 30 to 60 days or even 90 days at times. But obviously I wanted to keep the cost down, so I said, okay, I'm gonna hire freshers. I was handling a team of 100, 150 people at one point in time, where my job was to just ensure that everyone is working, everyone is on their seat and working and giving me the report at the end of the day, that to the assistant vice president. But here I am now hiring the freshers, training them, and doing everything possible, getting new clients, working on the projects myself. And so we took few more seats. Now we had a team of 10 people. There was a thought which came, to be very honest, when my cash flow was done. And perhaps I had to break my FD, and I was into business for 6 months. My wife wasn't happy with that. What are you doing? You gave up your 5 lakhs job and now you don't have anything. FD todna padega. I said, give me 6 more months. I know I'll make it. Somehow, credit card se cash nikalna, salary dena, wo chala. And then the payments started coming in. So our office space was in a very dingy area, not much outside. And team was working very hard. So I said, let's all put in our best for the next 6 months. If everything was fine, guys, we moved to World Trade Center office. कहाँ 20,000 का यहाँ पे rental था and कहाँ पे 1.5 lakhs का rental. So everyone said, okay, pakka. I said, pakka, we'll move there. And we did that in 6 months. We moved to World Trade Center. Things changed. COVID came. Yeah, after a year or so. That time we had grown like significantly. I always believe that adversities, they create opportunities. जब मुश्किल आती है ना तो उसमें कुछ एक opportunity होती है. COVID was the best thing that happened to us. एक तो वो 1.5 lakhs बच गया. People started working from home. They became more efficient because now they were not commuting every day. They were flexible with working hours, and I could hire talent from outside Pune. I could hire people in Delhi, I could hire people in different parts of India. Wow, thank you COVID for this. I mean, not for all the other wrong reasons. Radma had its first multinational office in Canada in 2019. Then came US, then came Australia, and then came Philippines, right? And BMW came after a year of Radma. It's a pride. It's something which I take a pride. I have that. I may not drive that too much because of the road conditions at times, because it's a sedan. But I take that pride because that was something which I earned. Now Radma Research was set. Then there was another company which I started into learning and development with my brother. So we invested, and my brother is all India level master trainer, and we did set up a company in affiliation with NASCOM, and that company Radma Insights started. During COVID, we also realized there were a lot of issues with people getting things at home, so I started another company very similar to Instamart and Dunzo. Dunzo, you've heard? So a very similar company called Mr. Das. Das means servant. So this Das will do everything you want, even take your bike to fill up the petrol. And during COVID times, when there was nothing available, the company did a great work. It was not to mint money, but it was to help the community. Correct. Now, I'll just take a step back here. How many of you said education is important? Top 3 priority में education किसने बोला था? Once again, if it is that. Okay, now e-commerce में, learning and development में, research analytics में, is engineering used? Leveraged? Yes or no? No, no direct correlation, right? So education is extremely important for you to learn, to gain knowledge, to be at a respectable position, because that really helps. That's how the education system is. And I'm not in denial of that. But if education restricts you from following your passions, think about it. Right? Now, these 3-4 companies, then I invested in a fintech also. All these companies went into autopilot mode. I hired teams, good people, trustworthy people, compassion and harmony were both equally on both the sides. And all these companies run on autopilot mode. So then I thought, अब मैं क्या करूँगा? मुझे तो redundant कर दिया मेरे ही लोगों ने. There was nothing much to do. Companies are running, money is coming. And that was a couple of years ago when I realized, what do I want? What will make me happy? You know, after your business is, you got 5 vehicles, you got 20 properties, you got everything. Now what? Do you want more? What are you going to do with that? And then you realize, all these years, perhaps I've been ignorant to myself. You know, working day and night to achieve this, to achieve that, for my family. But kahin na kahin I've ignored myself. What is that what I want to be happy? First of all, do I really care about myself? Do I really love myself? Why do I expect from others to give me happiness? Why can't I be self-sufficient to give me that joy, that give me that happiness when I want? So traveling was not my passion. Driving cars was not my passion, or I could drive. But I said, okay, I got to try that, and I got to treat myself well. And that's when the evolution started. The self-love came in. So much so that I started experiencing something new, something different in my life which I had never. And then one thing happened. I bought a land in Konkan, a plot. And I thought, okay, let me construct something. I had no idea constructions and all. And it's facing the sea. So I constructed. And then I thought, now I've constructed it, I'm not going to go there every now and then. So why not I put this on Airbnb? And I did that. By God's grace, the house was well made and it started getting a lot of attraction and a lot of footfall. So a lot of guests started coming in. At this point in time, I have 80% occupancy and I don't get time to stay there. Not because every time is booked. So, and because I used to visit there a lot, I started interacting with the local community. I'm starting a beach camping recently, soon, in October. a wellness center which I don't have any idea. No idea. मुझे बीच कैंपिंग के बारे में, मैं खुद नहीं रहा हूँ कभी कैंप में या रिट्रीट, because I've never been to any retreat or rehab or anywhere. I don't know, but I feel I love doing that. So if you ever happen to visit my Instagram page, you'll see me playing guitar on the beach. You know, this is not the usual attire I have. And I found happiness in that. The real happiness. And when you're happy, no, you spread that. I started interacting with the local communities, local people. They don't have ego. They don't care about your money. You talk to them nicely, you give them a nice smile, they are all yours. Now seeing the success of my homestay, lot of other homestay owners जिनके घर बन गए हैं या बन रहे हैं, they have reached out to me, Rajiv, please manage for us also. We can't do that. I met a lot of people during my evolution, lot of new people. And to my surprise, every meeting was an opportunity. So when I said find a mentor, also make sure you meet a lot of people, new people. Don't worry about how they will judge you. Talk to them, there could be an opportunity. Entrepreneurship is never going to happen by chance. You got to first make a choice, and then you got to meet the right people for that. Okay? So now I'm at stage where happiness is above all. It took me many years to realize that. I would request all of you to start being happy. Depression कुछ नहीं होता. कुछ नहीं होता. Depression is your inability to handle your own needs, your own wants. Sometimes those could be irrational also. मैं अगर BMW बोलता कि मुझे 22 में चाहिए, भी जानते हुए भी मुझे नहीं मिलनी, और मैं बस बोलता रहता, तो मैं भी शायद हो जाता. But I gave myself time. I see a lot of people getting under depressions and no, ये नहीं हुआ मेरा, नहीं हुआ, कोई बात नहीं, हो जाएगा. Wait for the right time. और कुछ बार नहीं भी हो रहा है ना, तो वो सही है. It's okay. Maybe something else is there for you. Why do you have to run after one thing which perhaps is either materialistic or doesn't align with your vision, doesn't align with your education at times, doesn't align with your experience? First of all, understand your ability, your capability, then identify the goal, and then set a time-bound target. आज मेरा पसंद का खाना नहीं बना, या मेरे दोस्त ने आज मेरे से बात नहीं की, या उसने मैसेज का रिप्लाई नहीं किया. It's okay. That's not the end of the world. When you achieve a good status, no, things will fall in place. You'll get best of the partners. You'll get best of the people. Don't make friends too much, too many. Don't be in that illusion, ज़्यादा दोस्त है तो enjoyment हो, मस्ती होगी, and no, that will make you a lot dependent on others. Friends 2 या 3 ही अच्छे हैं हमें, ज़्यादा नहीं. If you trust yourself, if you believe in your abilities, you don't need anyone. The barometer of your success is measured by the number of haters you got. Trust me. I got very few friends. I got few well-wishers. I got a lot of haters. And I love that. Because they inspire you. They are doing their best, na? Let them do. I'm leveling up. If you can level up, do that. So I love haters. More the merrier. I don't give justification to anyone. And it doesn't bother me. I am on my way. I'm happy. I love myself. Everything becomes byproduct then. There'll be a lot of you who maybe would have taken an admission because of your parents' pressure. Possibly, right? Parents बनना चाहते हैं कि हम इंजीनियर बने, right? या स्टेटस सिंबल है वो बने. It's okay यार, कर लो इंजीनियरिंग को. Education will always help. But don't limit your creativity, your passion, your desire to only that field. Explore, meet people, find a mentor, get an opportunity, do that. Do a side hustle. It's okay. You don't want to get into business now, it's okay. Do a side hustle. Start with that. Passive income. If you really want to make it big. Yeah? And one thing which is for everyone, though this is not relatable to this, but the best investment today. How many of you think buying a house is the best, one of the best investments? How many of you think? How many of you think gold is one of the best investments? Mutual funds? Land. Thank you. That's the best investment, land. Buy a land, build something on it, and earn recurring income. I tell everyone, if you build a nice house, if you're earning 2 lakhs rupees in a month in a job, you don't have to do that. Just make sure your guests are happy. So I'll take a pause here. Have a sip of water. Get ready with your questions, if any. And I want at least 10 questions now. Okay? And don't be shy, guys. The questions are never silly. The answers are. So if you want to hear something silly from me, ask your intelligent question. Who's the first one? Raise your hand. then मैं उठाता हूँ फिर. I'm good at it. There's a hand raised. Yeah. Your name and then your question, please.
Hello.
Hi. What's your name?
My name is Parnam Singh Dadwal,
Hmm.
and my question is, as an entrepreneur, as you are, what would you suggest, whether we should go get some industry experience or just go with our passion and thoughts?
I think that's a brilliant question. To answer that, both go hand in hand. I didn't start with travel, tourism. Yeah, you can say it. I didn't start with travel and tourism. I started with research, which was my forte, is my forte rather, because I had experience in that. But when I gained that entrepreneurship experience through that, obviously you learn a lot when it comes to processes, managing things, managing finances, a lot of things. And then you say, okay, now I'm ready to follow my passion, do something which is not related to this industry or the industry I know, but I understand how entrepreneurship works, how the mindset works. At least I know I need to have the right people first of all. You got to be deliberate also. Don't get too much into, okay, I'm going to spend a lot of money to set up a business. No, who said businesses need a lot of money? No. Now, if I'm setting up a beach camping, let me give you an example. I had this option to buy that land. That was costing me around 2 CR, which is next to the beach touching. Instead, I said, okay, why don't I take a part of your land on lease and I pay you monthly rent? At least that'll give me some idea that, I'm being deliberate here. It could fail also, right? But if I had bought that land for 2 CR and the camping would have failed, I would have been in a difficult situation. But leasing or paying rent is that risk appetite I can easily take. So experience in your own field, important. And sometimes here, follow your instincts, yeah. God gives you signals. If you're smart enough to connect those dots, so you'll be able to do that. You know why I'm here? I came 3 months ago to collect my college leaving certificate after 26 years. And why I came? Because it was asked by MTDC as part of the bed and breakfast license for my homestay. So homestay happened, need of the license happened, need of the document happened, came here, met everyone, and they were gracious enough to invite me for this session. See, there are dots connected. Trust me. Does it answer your question? Okay. Next one, please. I love that question. Go ahead, guys. Nothing is going to be silly. Oh, there one. Thank you.
So, sir, what would be your top 3 priorities as you asked us?
Happiness, number 1. Self-love, number 2. And integrity and sincerity. Being ethical. जो भी करो, just be honest about it. No shortcuts. Thank you.
हेलो
Yeah?
सर अगर हमारा एक आइडिया अगर एक लर्निंग स्टेज पे इनिशियल स्टेज पे और अगर हमें फंडिंग राइज करनी है
हाँ.
तो उसमें क्या पॉइंट्स ऐसे इंक्लूड होने चाहिए?
If you need funding based on ideation, right? Make sure your idea is vetted and verified by the best critics around you, and that's your family and friends. जब आइडिया आता है ना कोई अच्छा सा, run it through your family. They are the first one who's going to shut it down. या अपने फ्रेंड्स को जो तुम सोचते हो फ्रेंड्स हैं बट नहीं होते कई बार, अरे क्या सोच, राइट? अगर वो चुप हो गए ना, समझ लो कि सही है.
ओके सर, थैंक यू.
I've always gone against my wife's wishes, in certain things. BM नहीं लेनी है, ली. बिजनेस नहीं स्टार्ट करना है, किया. अभी कैंपिंग कौन डालेगा? डालूंगा. Not that we don't gel up, but I feel जब वो ये कहती है ना कि ये मत करो, तो मुझे लगता है मैं करके दिखाऊंगा. तो she's a motivator for me, and she's a Gujarati, तो बनता है. सोच है क्यों लेना है रिस्क, बैठो आराम से. नहीं है, पंजाबी ब्लड अलग है ना. We went to a casino once, right? And we started with 10,000 and we came down to 1,000. But then something changed. We were on that roulette and I could understand some patterns. We went back to 90,000. राइट? अब पंजाबी वाला तो आ गया, ओ ले आओ बोरा ले आओ, अभी तो 9 लाख लेके जाऊंगा मैं यहाँ से. 2 छोटे भी चले गए थे. नो, इनफ, वी गोइंग बैक. सो वी कॉम्प्लीमेंट ईच अदर, Sometimes when I get carried away, she controls. Sometimes when I feel that no, she's too conservative, then no, we can do that. Yeah, any other question? Yeah, there got to be more. Females, ladies? Yes, thank you. Yeah, you can speak. Gayatri. Yeah, Gayatri, tell me. No,
Hearing your experiences,
no, first generation.
but there is very few chances, few happenings to be owning your business from scratch.
That's because of the mindset. If you go to the slum area, right? This is being fed into child's subconscious mind that you can't be big. This is our life. And a child is, he or she grows in that environment with that thought seeded in the subconscious that I cannot be big. But then somebody breaks that. Somebody says, no. Why am I following what my subconscious is saying, and that too, which has been implanted and seeded by them who couldn't do anything? I'm going to try. I'm a first generation entrepreneur, and my son is a first gen army guy. He got into NDA. This is his second term, National Defense Academy. Nobody from our family, from our generations. He watched that movie Uri, and he said, I'm gonna go there. Does that answer? If you want, you can do that. You
Relatives and those hold me back every time. Say the business is like a family tradition. No, you can't.
no. See, one generation will have to take that risk. If you want your next generations to be wealthy, one generation will have to do that. How many of you know about NDA, National Defense Academy? You know about it. So there is a written exam, and then there is SSB, and then there is medical. Gayatri, sit please. Thank you. So my son, and I'll take just 5 minutes to tell you the story about determination. My son, he only had 2 chances to appear for NDA. In the first one, he cracked, and he's a school topper and 99% kind of a guy. Always believed he's fit for NASA and those kind of things. But then he chose that career path that I want to be in army. Written clear. First SSB in Bangalore. First day clear. Conference out. Question asked. Why do you want to join army when your father is earning so well? And being underprepared, he answered, I don't want to do desk job, And they said, oh, army also has got desk jobs. They're not fighting all the time. Came back, next attempt after 6 months, last attempt. Cleared, written, first day clear, conference in. Same question asked. The answer was, my father followed his passion and I'm following mine. Isn't that a wonderful answer? Okay. Got into medical. 5-day of medical assessment. 3 rejections. 3 rejections. One, nose ka surgery tha because the flow wasn't proper. Second, पैरों के अंगूठे अंदर थे. That had to be corrected. And third, ये जो angle है, arm angle, 14 degrees allowed, his was 24. Surgery हो गया, ये हो गया. We went to the best of the hospital in Pune and met, Sancheti. And we met Dr. Parag Sancheti. He said, in front of my boy, Beta, look for an alternate career. This cannot be cured without surgery. And I looked at him, I said, sir, if you don't believe in miracles, then wait one to happen. And we came back. This boy started getting his physio done because he had around 30 days to do that. 10 दिन हो गए, एंगल 1 डिग्री कम नहीं हुआ. We were not giving up. And it just happened that we received a call from one of his group that there is one center in in Kanpur, who treats such cases. Arm angle, those knees. And immediately, next day flight morning, we sent him to Kanpur. He stayed there for 70 days, daily, twice physio. The physios generally charge how much? 1,500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 rupees a session, correct? They were charging $200. And the angle after 17 days when he reported back to the command hospital was 14 degrees. You can call it a miracle. I call it determination. This boy wanted to do that desperately. And he made it. अभी रगड़ा पड़ रहा है उसको वहाँ पे, ठीक है, आता है हर 6 महीने बाद, एग्जॉस्टेड, ठीक है, नींद मिलती नहीं है वहाँ पे, खाना भी लिमिटेड ही आपको मिलता है, जल्दी खाना है, बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं, बट दिस विल मेक हिम अ मैन. सो ऐसा नहीं है कि हमने किया नहीं है तो कोई कर नहीं सकता. इफ़ यू वांट टू डू दैट, you can turn the world around on your head. Just believe in yourself. Okay? Answers, Gayatri? What else? Any other question? ये जितनी नॉलेज है ना यार, ये ले लो, हमें नहीं मिलती थी. People, the alumnus they've shared their wisdom, they've shared their experience here. Anshu, Jairat, how many of you attended that? We were in the same class. These people, they're knowledge vessels. Take as much as you can. Okay. Any other question? Come on, this is not over yet. Ladies? Yes, another raise. अब ये मत पूछना सर कितनी और देर बोलोगे.
I wanted to ask, what do you think about delusion and reality?
See, anything that is tough is reality. Anything which is nice is illusion.
Entrepreneur's way.
That's what I'm saying. Anything which is tough is reality. As an entrepreneur, if you are walking on a path and you're not getting obstacles, you're not getting challenges, trust me, you're on a wrong path then. Starting as a business is great, but it's not easy. Illusion acha hai na, everything is, I want to be rich, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. But to make that a reality, it takes guts, it takes passion, it takes hard work, and it takes everything out of you. But once you do that, your next generations will look up to you. Have I understood your question correctly? Have I answered that? Difference between illusion and reality? Or you want to give a specific example?
There are people who say an entrepreneur should have some kind of, some level of delusion.
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 So, थोड़े ना पागल होते हैं, थोड़ा पागलपन तो चाहिए. Coming out of your comfort zone is not easy, na? You are earning, you're getting that salary every month, you are addicted to that, and one fine day you decide मुझे business करना है. आसान नहीं है, थोड़ा चाहिए. But that's why there are only 3-4% who get into entrepreneurship. I've got a lot of my friends in 40s. They're still working. And they're at good positions. They're earning well. Everything is fine. But मैं बोलता हूँ ना चले यार कोंकण, यार let's travel. नहीं यार बॉस छुट्टी नहीं देगा, तो वो लगता है कई बार कि यार ये नहीं कि अब सारे एंटरप्रेन्योर बन जाए, बिकॉज it's not that, it's not an easy journey, but if you are honest, you are ethical, you are passionate about it, and you trust people. The biggest mistake what entrepreneurs do is they don't trust their people, they don't trust their employees. अरे मैं इतना सैलरी दे रहा हूँ यार, मेरे को तो इतना चाहिए, नहीं, just leave it. Don't do micromanagement. And set your goal there as well, no? How big you want to be. If I have a company which is like 50 employee, why I want to make it for 500 or a 5,000? I ask this question to a lot of entrepreneurs. Huh? How many employees you have? 500. Where do you want to reach? 5,000. Why? Oh, we are at 5 million, we want to make it 50 million. Why? No answer. Because the number looks good. Is there a logical reason? You're making good money in 5 million also, your people are happy. Why do you want to increase your stress levels? Why do you want to make it 50 million or 5,000? And 40s is the time when you should have a relaxed life, start having relaxed life. I know I'm digressing a bit, but delusional होना सही है, but realistic होना भी ज़रूरी है. Okay, thank you. Any other question? Come on, last two questions. And then there is something else. Come on, quick. Yes, aa raha hai. Guys, raise your hands. Trust me, nobody, don't care somebody is judging you, no? Why do you have to care? अरे वो क्या सोचेगा, मैंने क्या क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया, मैंने क्वेश्चन पूछा ना, वही बहुत है. यस, अब वो मैं नहीं बता सकता हूँ इस पोडियम में. So somebody asked me, that was a time when I had hired Symbiosis interns, and one of the interns' father, who was a brigadier, he came to my office, that small office, and he asked me the same question: what do you want to achieve? I had a very superficial answer, but well said. I well said that. I said, when I'm at the age of 50, no, I want to get into my bathtub in the evening at 7 p.m. with a glass of wine, and I want to sip every drop of it and talk to that wine saying that, bloody for you, I've slogged my life and I'm gonna enjoy every sip of you. He liked it. I don't know about you guys, but he loved that answer, because why do we work? To enjoy, right? Or to work more. So 3 साल और है वो टब में अभी जाने में, but I'll go. Yeah. जितना भी हो कभी पूरा नहीं होता है. जो प्राप्त है ना वो पर्याप्त है, कहते हैं ना. तो start thanking God first of all for giving you what all. I mean, a lot of people don't have that luxury to even sit in this class. You guys are there, you guys are listening, and like me, a lot of other people you've been hearing, and अभी तो social media पे इतना कुछ है. Imbibe right things. And please, 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 when you have anybody negative around you, just filter immediately. Understand to identify कि negative कौन है तुम्हारे आसपास, और जैसे ही समझे ना, कट जाओ. You should only be surrounded with positive people who talk positive. और बहुत आसान है हटाना नेगेटिव लोगों को, और मैं तो ऐसे छटाई करता हूँ. नहीं चाहिए. मिलते हैं लोग, मिलते हैं कई बार, 10 दिन अच्छे होते हैं, फिर 10 दिन बाद अपना असली चेहरा दिखाते हैं, होता है. बट देन आई थैंक गॉड कि दिखा दिया ना. So always surround yourself with right people, positive people, because that's going to help you, that's going to add value to you. कोई गॉसिप करने में कुछ नहीं वैल्यू ऐड है, कुछ नहीं है. If you have a problem with the college, if you have the problem with the education, if you have problem with the, why are you talking to each other? Is your peer is going to give you a solution? यार आज कॉलेज में खाना अच्छा नहीं बना, या मेस में खाना अच्छा, तो वो बनाएगा क्या? नहीं बनाएगा ना. टॉक टू समवन हु कैन सॉल्व योर प्रॉब्लम. आपस में बात करके क्या होता है? नथिंग हैपेंस. फोकस ऑन योरसेल्फ. अभी तो बहुत चॉइसेस है ना, सोशल मीडिया पे इतना कुछ है, कुछ नहीं है तो इन्फ्लुएंसर बन जाएंगे, ये नहीं है वो ऑप्शन है, टैटू आर्टिस्ट बन गए, ये बन गए, सब में है अच्छा. पर जो भी करना है ना तो बेस्ट करना. आई टेल माई यंगर सन, इज 13 years old. I said, if you want to become a tattoo artist, ना do that, but then make sure you craft tattoo of शाहरुख खान. है ना, बना तो बेस्ट का बनाया. कुछ भी करो बट बेस्ट करो. And make sure people around you are good. You have a mentor. For your problem, you're reaching out to the right person. Okay. Answers? Does it answer? Don't take it seriously, huh? I have a swimming pool also there in that villa. Yes, sir.
The last question. How do you look at the startups coming up these days? Because we are getting to hear about the startups. You go to any college, you go to many incubation centers, and you find that many startups are coming up. But then, if you look at the growth of such startups, 95%, almost 90 to 95% of them are getting closed within 3 years.
Yeah.
So how do you look at them, or is there some specific suggestion you would like to give from your experiences?
So if the startup is only to make money, list the company, funding lunga, and I'll spend on the marketing, customer acquisitions, and you don't have a proper vision for next 3, 5 years or 7 years, then you'll never be able to make it. There's a lot of startups happening just because of peer pressures, because you want to make a statement, right, to your neighborhood, your relatives, कि मैं तो अच्छा कर रहा हूँ. But सस्टेनेबल स्टार्टअप वही है जो आपकी खुद की प्रॉब्लम से निकला है आइडिया. इफ यू हैव अ प्रॉब्लम एंड यू थिंक यू कैन कम अप विद अ सॉल्यूशन, दैट्स द बेस्ट स्टार्टअप आइडिया. नॉट बिकॉज उबर कर रहा है तो मैं भी 4 टैक्सियाँ डाल दूँ. एंड डू यू हैव एक्सपीरियंस इन दैट? नो. एंड this economics is going to change completely in some time. Fundings have anyways almost getting stopped or reduced because you've not been able to show profits for good amount of time. So why would investors back you? So then, how many of you actually thought of doing a startup in agriculture? Agriculture. Do you know how much of scope there is in agri? Tremendous scope. But हमें तो AI में कुछ करना है. If I get into agriculture now, trust me, I can do some solid innovation. Maybe that time will come. But I think maybe some of you or a lot of you, come from that background or a similar background or connected background. Think of opportunities there. Make India is one of the biggest producer of agri. Contribute to India, contribute to the nation's growth. A lot can happen. Okay. Thank you everyone for your time. Now I want 10 volunteers. Hang on. साथ में बजाएंगे. 10 volunteers who would want to have one-on-one discussion with me on anything that they want, which perhaps you're not able to discuss with anyone around. 10 only, in the best interest of time. So go raise up hand. Sir, where can they reach you? So maybe you would want to tell a time, 1:30 to room number. Okay, sure. So, thank you everyone for being so patient. Abhi ruk jaओ, jo ताली मत बजाना. For being so patient, for being so attentive in this session. I hope I could contribute in making this session interactive, lively, and share some of my experience, which could inspire you in any way. सब ज्ञान की ज़रूरत नहीं है, जो लग जाए ना वो बेस्ट है, कभी काम आ जाएगा. Okay, thank you. Now we can. Thank you for making this lovely, lovely session. Pleasure.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your motivating journey and inspiring us with your story of dedication, resilience, and hard work. As a mark of respect and affection, we would also like to present a token of love from MIT to our proud alumnus as a small gesture to honor his remarkable journey and lasting connection with his alma mater. Now I request Professor Munish Sharma sir, Director General GS Mandal, to kindly felicitate our distinguished alumnus Mr. Rajiv Sharma sir. Sir, please, I request you to kindly address.
You're supposed to talk actually. As usual, we have another very interesting alumni DilSe talk here today, and a production engineer by practice has just shared very interesting and very insightful journey of his, and I think 10 of you are going to get an opportunity now to have one-on-one discussion with him. Grab this opportunity and talk to him. I know that in open it is sometimes difficult to ask questions, so at least because of the constraint of time, he said for 10 students he can take, so 10 of you can go and have good interaction with him. I could see that he's a self-made man, and as he rightly said, born somewhere else, brought up somewhere else, and how from very small job with a lot of experimentation, trying different things in his life, and wherever he is today, that shows that what amount of sacrifice, hard work, dedication, clarity, and might have gone into it. So sometimes it looks very interesting to listen, but if you get into little deeper inside it, you'll come to that it's not I would not say tough or easy, but I think there are a lot of life lessons if one want to take. That is one of the purpose of having this alumni talk. And what appeals to me most while listening to him today morning is, I think, if you are reasonably sensitive and you are aware of yourself and what you want to do, I think you have lot of learning around you. That is what I could really make out from his presentation. It's not the classroom and the formal education which teaches you, where you learn actually. That is one very important platform where you learn. But in addition to that, there is lot of learning with little sensitivity in you, and having, therefore he started his lecture, what are those top 3 things? And just to make you aware that what is important in your life. So these, little bit fine tuning in what you are doing. There's no big change which is required in you. No rocket science, absolutely. Just awareness about what you want to do. Things will happen, things will fall in line. And that is what is the right example sitting here. A shoes thrown from the upper floor, and he was just awareness. It's nothing about good, bad, and things like that. And that is one of the reason. Then you connect differently when you listen to your own alma mater. And great job done by our alumni office. They are bringing all the jewels, all really successful people in their life, doing great things, helping themselves, helping the world. We really proud of you. Thank you, Rajiv, for taking out your time today. And good that you came here accidentally. And then you came here for collecting your TC, but ultimately I think this was the destiny. You be part of this Alumni DilSe Talk series. And thank you once again, and thank you on behalf of everyone sitting here. So I think I have done this thanking job, so you have more time to grab from him. Thank you.
As we conclude today's wonderful session, I would like to say thank you is not just a word, it is a prayer felt from the heart. I now request Dr. Supriya Kinariwala Ma'am, Associate Dean, Alumni Affairs, to present the vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon to one and all. It is indeed my honor and privilege to deliver a vote of thanks on occasion of 8th session of Alumni DilSe Talk series. On behalf of MIT and Alumni Office, I present my heartfelt thanks to Mr. Rajiv Sharma for sharing his real life experiences and sharing so many points related to aspiration, determination, never give up. Definitely, sir, this has inspired inspired to all of us, and definitely student will take great out of it. I take this opportunity to thank the management for providing us this opportunity and encouraging us every time to do such a great work. I express my sincere thanks to Munish Sharma sir, Y.A. Kavde sir for their motivation. I express my thanks to Nilesh Patil sir for their continuous support, and all alumni coordinators, all the technical support, and my dear students. Thank you for being present here. Thank you so much. Yeah, one announcement for the students who are grabbing this opportunity to interact with Mr. Rajiv Sharma. They should come around 2 o'clock at Arya Hall. Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice day.
तिकडे रे